Jocko, is there ever a good time to use an ultimatum?
That's a great question. And I think the answer's actually, I think when everyone thinks about the answer, I think it's pretty self-evident. And I think a lot of people will agree with it. Okay, so is there ever a good time to use an ultimatum? I think sometimes there is, but it's seldom. It's actually very seldom. But when enough is truly enough,
Sure.
then you got to draw the line and you got to hold the line, right? So you got to make an ultimatum. One thing that is extremely critical is that you should never make an ultimatum that you won't or can't keep.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a bluff.
Yeah, don't bluff.
Yeah.
If you say it, do it.
Yeah.
And what's interesting from a job perspective, so like in the workplace perspective, let's say up the chain of command. Up the chain of command, it's not good, right? So let's say you're my boss and I come in and say, Echo, I want a raise. I want it by this Friday or I'm out of here, right? That's an ultimatum. And that means I'm trying to hold you hostage. Most people do not like being held hostage. So my chances of actually supporting what you're trying to make happen are very small because I'm actually mad at you.
Yeah.
I don't want to support you. Oh, you're a big critical guy because you pressed record and you made some videos for me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But you're throwing an ultimatum at me?
Yeah.
Well, that's where we're at. Like we couldn't have a conversation. We couldn't come to an agreement. So you're going to walk into me. I'm the boss. I just reversed roles.
Right,
so you're going
right.
to walk into me. I'm the boss. And you're going to say, Jocko, I want a raise and I want it now or I am out of here on Friday. That's my ultimatum.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? Are you building a relationship with me? No. Are you giving any room to negotiate or maneuver? Are you giving yourself any room to maneuver? No,
not really.
you're not. You're not giving yourself any room to maneuver.
Yeah.
So that one generally doesn't work very well. Now, if you have another job offer that someone's put in front of you that's legit and it's good and it's solid, and you come into me and say, hey, Jocko, I got another job offer. They want an answer by Friday. Here's what they're going to pay me. This isn't a threat. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm being straight up with you. Yeah. But if you don't give me what I want by Friday, I'm going to have to leave and go because I gotta improve my future.
Yeah.
And I'd say, hey man, that sounds like a great deal working for them. Go. Right? But that's an ultimatum, but it's a rational one, right?
Yeah.
Because you actually have a backup and you actually are trying to be straightforward with me.
Yeah.
So that's an ultimatum, but it's like a logical one. Now, down the chain of command, people don't like ultimatums either. For instance, Echo, if you don't have this project done by Friday, you're fired. So now I put a big ultimatum on you. And you don't like that any more than the boss. People don't like having ultimatums put on them. Yeah. So what you really do, if you have to use ultimatums down the chain of command, you should check your leadership real quick because you've made some mistakes, right? People don't understand the deadlines. People don't understand what it is you want them to do. People don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. There's all kinds of things that they don't understand if you have to start throwing ultimatums around as a boss.
Yeah.
So really, if you find yourself using ultimatums, then you need to check your leadership. Now, that being said, if I've talked to you, if I've coached you, if I've counseled you, if I've done a written statement on you and told you exactly what it is that I need Echo to do, and now we passed the point of no return, and I go, okay, Echo, here's what I asked you to do. You didn't do it. This is the ultimatum. If you don't start making 3 videos a week, you are not going to be here anymore. And you'd either say, okay, well, I'm going to do it, or screw Jocko, he's a jerk, I'm out of here. Either way, I've moved forward because you weren't doing it before. And that's I know that example is,
kind of
hits close to home.
No, that's flimsy.
So ultimatums, be very, very careful. Make sure if you're going to use it, it's got to be real. You've got to enforce it and check yourself. Don't get yourself in a position where you can't maneuver anymore. That's the biggest point.
Yeah.
You never want to take away your ability to maneuver.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it feels like, anyway, just how you kind of said it to me. Well, that first one where the tone has like a lot to do with it. Yeah, like how you were like your legitimate, logical ultimatum.
Right.
It seemed like it wasn't like the first one. The first one was like, give me this or I'm out of here kind of thing. And then your second example was sort of like, hey,
this
like
is what's going on.
And yeah, it feels like if someone did that to me, either way, up or down, I feel like it would still maintain the relationship. Like let's say it worked out. And it was like, okay, whatever, you got the raise or whatever. And if you said in that crazy tone or whatever, or that real fed up tone, you're still like, okay, cool, we worked it out, I got what I want, but
we know we've dinged the relationship.
Yeah, it's dinged,
and we don't want to be dinging our relationships. We want to be building those things.
Yeah, man, I think a lot of times people like they'll ding the relationship, and then they'll just move on like nothing. But meanwhile, the other person is like, hey,
no,
like don't forget what you said to me and how you said that last week.
Time heals the wounds, but it doesn't remove the scars.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that's
song, by the way. Slap shot.
Damn, respect.